Welcome to the first airing of Modernism TV. My name is Virginia Wolf, coming to you live from Poway. It's been only about a year since the armistice has been signed to end the Great War, but our American people are still facing an emergence of skepticism and disillusionment with society. We are seeing a breakdown in traditional values and a development of a new generation, the lost generation. And not just in America. This disillusionment can be seen across the globe. In Russia, the people are revolting against their traditional monarchies that have ruled the country for centuries. Let's send it over to our field reporter in Moscow and see how it's going only a short time after their revolution. Thanks, Chris. Stay strong out there. Despite all the chaos in the world, I'm sure we will learn our lesson and have peace on Earth 20 years from now. To conclude our broadcast, let's hand it over to David for weather.
Well, I mean, the weather's sunny, unlike my disposition, and, why do we even do these weather broadcasts anyway, right? It's not like they matter. The weather doesn't matter, life doesn't matter, nothing matters. Nah.
Honey, I'm home! It's been 5 long years, but I'm finally back. I just returned from the Great War, but it doesn't really feel like I've left for it at all. No, it just doesn't feel like I've gotten back either. I just don't feel anything anymore. Just this whole thing, life, seems pointless. Do you hear that? Little Frederick is practicing the piano again. So beautiful. I used to love the piano before I went to the war, but now, I don't know, the greats, Beethoven, Ravel, Chopin, they just don't resonate with me anymore. It just all feels so pointless. Sour note. More sour notes. They're all sour notes! Frederick! Have you been practicing? It's been a while since I've seen my kids. I really missed the conversation with them when I was at the war, but now that I'm here, it just seems pointless. I can't believe you, Frederick, after all the money I've spent on your lessons. It's all been wasted! Just wasted! Your life! Just wasted! Life! Just wasted! Can't... Life... Pointless.
I'm Virginia Wolf, and today on MTV we have a special guest. the great pioneer of surrealism, Salvador Dali.
Yes, I am the great pioneer.
So, tell me about how you got your idea for surrealism.
Well, see, there is no idea for surrealism. Surrealism is the idea. It exists in here, our subconscious. So when we paint, we project the contradictions and the juxtapositions of our subconscious onto the canvas.
Okay. And tell me about like your purpose for the Persistence of Memory. You're one of your greatest works.
Yes, it is one of my greatest works. It is one of my personal favorites. And the Persistence of Memory, I think we can get a shot of it right here, is we can, excuse me, the persistence of memory with the melting clocks and how they're disintegrating, it's to show that time is merely just a construct of our minds, and how we project the subconscious onto the canvas. The clocks are in our subconscious.
Okay,
time is only part.
Mr. Dali, I have to stop you right there. We only have a short amount of time left.
Time is not real. I just said that. Time isn't real. It's not real. It's pointless.
Hi, Billy Hemingway's here with Dadaism. Are you tired of following classical art? Are you tired of mistakes ruining your paintings? Well, have no fear, Dada is here, the art father you've never had and probably never wanted.
Ever since I joined the Dada movement, my art has received so much more recognition.
Dadaism is all about non-conformity. We're anti-romantic, anti-baroque, and anti-classical, you name it. And before you go and say that we're hypocrites for following our own movement, we're even anti-Dada. Dadaism is all about making a statement, joining a cause, and breaking free from the traditions that bind us. Call 1-800-DADAISM now to receive your free set of markers.
And we're back with the famous Salvador Dali. Now, would you say that your work has had a positive impact on the art community? And do you think that this movement will last long into the future? And now, to wrap things up, tell me how you think that surrealism relates to modernism. Thank you so much, Mr. Dali, and that's all we have for today. Welcome to Antiques Roadshow. Today we have a wonderful collection brought in by this patron of modern literature. So, tell me what interested you in this collection.
Well, I was hearing how modernism, it has to do with the meaninglessness of life. And I was just fired as a weatherman.
I'm very sorry. That's
And so this is really resonating with me, so I decided to go to professional. And I was hoping to hear your opinion and your appraisal on these works.
Well, you've come to the right place. I see you brought in A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. It's really the perfect depiction of modernism and the meaningless of life through the eyes of Frederick Henry during the Great War. You've also brought in The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which is really shows the modern idea of breaking tradition and really keeps with the literary strategy of an unreliable narrator. Waiting for Godot, Samuel Beckett, very classic, but not. And also, it shows the theater of the absurd, which is a prevalent style in modernism. And E.E. Cummings' collection of poetry, he's a great man. I really praise him for what he did. He really broke from tradition and through his non-traditionally styled poetry. And I have to say that L, open parenthesis A, is one of my favorites. And to wrap this up, I would appraise this collection at upwards of $2,000 at auction. So, thank you for bringing this collection, and thank you for viewing this episode of Antiques Roadshow. Hi, welcome to Modern Chef. Today we're making modernist muffins. So your first step is that you're going to take your can of blueberries and drain and rinse them. And, you know, this can may not look like a whole lot, but like modern literature, a lot of the story and a lot of the themes are buried underneath the surface. And once you're done draining and rinsing, you're going to set them off to the side. Now, your second step is to put the muffin mix into a bowl. The muffin mix is a lot like the settings in modern literature because it's home to all the ingredients. It's also very plain, just like all the settings in modern literature. Your next step is to add the oil and water. In modern literature, the characters are often found to be average and normal, just like water and oil by themselves. Now, in some cases, the characters will be opposing forces, like how oil and water don't mix. This can be seen in A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway, in which the priest and Rinaldi are both opposing forces. Your next step is to add the eggs. Now, the eggs represent the plot in modern literature because when you break them, it's like the theme of breaking tradition. Also, the egg yolk and egg whites have no real shape, just like how the plots in modern literature are nonlinear. Next, you're going to mix all the ingredients together. After you've mixed it all together, fold in your blueberries. Once you've evenly separated your batter, go ahead and place them in the oven. Once you take your modern muffins out of the oven and take a bite, you'll find that they're not as complicated or pompous as the traditional cupcake. They're more simple and down to earth, like the tones that you can find in modern literature.